Welcome back. We are in conversation with Devika Bulchandani, the newly appointed Global CEO of Ogilvy, about her journey taking reins of the agency and plans for the agency in the coming days. Devika, also you have taken the reins of, one of the most reputed agencies of Ogilvy at an extraordinary time. We are stepping out of the pandemic, yes, but businesses are facing inflationary headwinds. There is a global currency fluctuation, geopolitical changes, with the ongoing war, regime changes in so many parts of the world. So what do next few months hold or what do next few months look like for Ogilvy, Devika?
Look, we don't face anything that everybody else doesn't. As you named all the different sort of, the forces that we're all reckoning with from an economic standpoint. The beauty, again, I always say the beauty of what we do is I don't make one particular thing so that the cost of goods goes up in my category, right? We have creativity. So when things are in flux, the power of creativity is even more relevant and more important because it is the only variable that you can play with in a way that doesn't become more expensive, that doesn't have the same kind of headwinds that a supply chain faces, that inflation faces, that the cost of goods face. So I always say these moments are actually really pivotal for us and really important. And I talk to all our clients about it, to say it's more important for us to use creative thinking and creativity at this moment to solve problems for consumers, for human beings, for people, for society, and do it in a moment in time where everybody is feeling the pressure of all these different things. So call me a delusional optimist or an intense pragmatist. But this is our moment again.
Let me just turn the question around. So what excites you about the next few months?
There's more problems today. Great, bring it on. Because we can use creativity actually to solve those problems, to make products have greater preference in the marketplace using creativity. So when times are tough, what do I need as a client? Is I need preference for my brands. We can do that because creativity is a force multiplier. We need consumers to have more passion and loyalty for products and services. Again, we can help our clients do that using the power of creativity. We need policy to change. We need planet issues to be solved. Again, we can take those conversations. We can take those issues forward using the power of creativity.
Devika, my next question to you is, what are the key plans or focus areas for Ogilvy? If you can outline some of those for us in the next few months, probably 1 year.
There's going to be, I think I've probably used the word creativity or the power of it. Obviously, that continues to be a focus for us. That's part of our DNA and why clients come to us. So that'll continue to be a focus. The second area of focus will be what I'd say relaunching our digital experience business. We have an incredible lot of assets in different parts of the world. But I say this, and then I'm going to say something, which is actually what we do, but lesser known to clients for some reason. So in 2023, we're really going to focus on how we take all those assets and get awareness for them in the marketplace and with our clients so that we can help them solve those problems. We have a really incredibly strong health business. I'd like to see that scale from a global perspective. Health and wellness is one of the key areas of issues for us as humanity. And when we think about the intersection of health or technology, you think about the intersection of health and communication, intersection of health and just storytelling so people can take care of themselves better, right? So we want to see that scale, which is going to be another massive area of focus for us. And how do we make sure, the third area I'd say is how do we make sure that the kind of work and content that we create for our clients becomes more agile, becomes more cost efficient and effective in the marketplace while being true to brand ideas. So you're going to see more focus on a content capability, but not just content in the traditional sense that we would talk about, but the intersection again of content and context, but using our global network to make sure that we can be efficient and effective.
Correct. Over the past 2 years, there have been a lot of changes in the leadership at the agency. So is finally everything settled now, or do we expect more changes, Devika?
I think everything is very settled, but I will tell you one thing. If we ever become settled and static, that is not a good place to be. But what I'd say about us at Ogilvy is we are settled and stable, I would say, but we're going to continue to evolve.
Yeah.
Right? Because that is the nature of our business. And if we stop doing that, then actually I think we're in trouble. So you're going to continue to see evolution of our business. You're going to continue to see us be able to deliver for our clients in the marketplace with new and better solutions, be it technologically enabled, data enabled, digitally enabled, but with the stability of an organization and leadership that makes sure that we're moving at a pace that our clients are requesting of us.
And to make that happen, you need to have a talent acquisition strategy in place. And this has been one of the key concerns for this industry for the past couple of years. How are you addressing this, and what will be the focus over there as you take charge?
For us, we don't have machines. We don't have anything. Talent is everything, right? Because that's what we do. We're in the professional services business. Our talent is what our clients buy from us. If our product and our reputation is good, so if you think about Ogilvy's performance in Cannes and sort of our new business performance and the kind of work we're doing, talent wants to come there, right? So we need an incredible reputation, which we have right now. And then you need incredible leadership, because people come to work for people. They don't just come to work for the organization. And then when we think about people like Liz Taylor, Mick McCabe, Chris Beresford-Hill, that's here, the leadership team, global leadership team here. But we think about in Europe, we have Patu and Fiona and Adonis from a PR perspective. We have Juliana Richter. Health, we have Kim Johnson. These are all leaders that have come together. And are actually talent magnets. That's one of the first things we do when we bring a leader on, is to say, can they get more talent? And honestly, right now, I feel like we have been incredibly lucky with an incredible performance and reputation out in the marketplace, but then with the people side, from a leader perspective, who are attracting incredible people as they go along.
Yeah, and Devika, finally, before we go, we began this conversation speaking about how, like women from your office walked up to you saying that, this gives them hope. So I'm tempted to ask you, what does it take for a woman to make it big in this business of advertising today?
The foundation of every job and every bit of success, I always say, is you've got to be really good at what you do, right? Have the skill base, have learned, have the experience. So that's the foundational bit of it. I think there is a difference today, though, in the concept of leadership than there was possibly 10 years ago. And that's the thing I focus on a lot, is what kind of leader do I want to be? Right? And to me, it's really important when I think about being a woman leader, not to forget that I'm a woman. And that women are fundamentally different in a lot of ways, and we need to bring that into the workplace. So let me give you an example. There was a fascinating research study done. It's been about 8 or 10 years old, but I've always found it really interesting. It asked people in 13 different countries, what are the values of leadership? And people named the values of leadership or collaboration, competitiveness, decisiveness, empathy, the kinds of things we all discussed today, right? There were 10 or 12 different attributes. And then the research study said, are they feminine values or male values? And guess what? 8 out of 10 of those were actually considered feminine values. Empathy, collaboration, listening. Now, by the way, decisiveness and competitiveness are also very important, which are considered traditionally masculine values. So what I'm constantly sort of really self-aware of, and the conversations I have in my own head, which I have a lot of, is how do I change the rules of the workplace, bringing the fact that I'm a woman to bear? So let me give you an example. We always say, you should never cry at work. And about 5 years ago, I was like, why? Because those rules were written by men. Actually, shedding tears, in my mind, vulnerability is strength.
Strength, correct.
Right? Our clients want agencies, want partners that don't pretend to be holier than thou and they figured it all out, but they want partners who are vulnerable, but also then decisive to fix those issues. Right? So I actually now talk to people. Somebody walked into my office the other day. I had to have a tough conversation and they had tears in their eyes and they were holding their tears back. And I looked at her and I said, it's okay to cry. It's actually good. Don't wear your emotions on your sleeve. Well, again, why not?
Yeah.
Women are emotional beings. And by the way, I also think men are emotional beings, but they've been wired over the years to say, don't cry. Yeah, boys don't cry. Boys actually do cry, I think. Don't show your emotion. You're a man. So I'm really conscious about being a different kind of leader so that we can create different cultures, as in organizational cultures, where men, women can be their better selves, where we can take all these stereotypical things that we've heard for, all our lives, and be able to evolve into just different beings. Isn't that the whole purpose of life, evolution?
Great. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Mani.
With that, it's a wrap. You can catch all of our content on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.